Oh, it was just the
Oh, the thing,
recording
okay,
started. Yeah.
okay, thank you. I'd like to call the regularly scheduled board meeting of the Taylor School District to order at 5:19, 6:19. Roll call, Madarsky,
Here.
Morris,
Here.
Shufelt, Wright,
Here.
Block,
Here.
Fields,
Here.
Morris here. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And here we have some good news. Mrs. Skopinski, would you like to come up and share your good news?
Good evening. We wanted to come and share some good news. We had an amazing experience on Monday at the Court of Dreams put on by the Detroit Pistons. Our students, our varsity and some JV students were able to take on the Taylor Police Department. And we did that in the afternoon at 1:30. We have some pictures there. There's our whole group, including Superintendent Wager and his son, Athletic Director, Coach Simons, the Detroit Police Department, and Taylor Police Department, and all of our students that participated in the game, including our cheerleaders and our band. So we really had a great experience. I'm going to move the slide. The cheerleaders did something that's called a primetime performance. So they not only performed at halftime during our game, but also got to perform at 6:30 right before the Pistons game started. So they had a great them right there in the lot just waiting to go out onto the court. Our band showed up and was playing during our game. And so the way it worked was that everybody had to buy a ticket to get in, and then that ticket also got you into the game at night. So a lot of the students, either their parents came or we had a bus that came and took them back to school after the game. So it was quite the experience. I wanted to give a shout out to David Rattan. David is a 2020 graduate of Taylor High School. David now works for the Detroit Pistons, and it was his connection that enabled us to organize this. So I'm going to call up Coach Simons real quick here. And we also have two of our players that got to participate. They're much more excited about being on that court than they are here tonight. That's okay.
Thank you, Ms. Cope. This was also kind of generated as a little bit of a small fundraiser for athletics. So what we use our profits for, we were able to make $5 per ticket, and that was able for us to not charge any of our students to go. So it covered their fees, and we also bought dinner at Mike's Pizzeria after the game, and it covered, we paid for the band and everything else, and so I think we ended up going through 34 pizzas and about 65 beverages. So, so everything was free to the kids. Great experience. You know, the one thing too that we were trying to get is we want to meet a lot of the Piston guys. Some of the kids got to see and meet some of the players down in the tunnel. You don't see the stuff behind the scenes. Like you just see what you see on TV. But what we were able to do is get the kids got to go down to elevators where the players play, where they got to see the bathrooms they use, the entertainment. You know, when you got concerts and stuff where all the entertainers go and get dressed, their dressing rooms and so forth. So they got to see what was behind the scenes. Not only the fun, but the volunteers that we had that do our basketball games and help us out. They got to actually be the announcer on the court. They got to use their scoreboard. So they got an experience on how it is to do from what we got here at the high school to what actually a professional arena has. So it was also a treat for them. The coaches did a great job with the cheer coaches, the band. We all coordinated very well, made sure it was a plan, the timeline. We stuck with the timeline. The parents are very happy, very supportive. and we couldn't win any better. You know, when you're putting things together, you're always waiting for that hiccup, but luckily everyone held their breath and we didn't have any hiccups. So, went very well. I have two students, that we invited to come and just, give a little bit about their experience from their eyes. So first up, Braylon, this is my buddy right here. I'll let you tell how many points you scored and how you beat up the cops.
I had 8 points. I had 3 threes, and it was fun to play. And it's my first time playing on the court at Little Caesars. It was a really cool time doing it.
Very proud of him. He did a lot. For him to get out there, and he had a total of 9 points. He had 3 threes and a putback. I told him he had 8, so I actually lied to him a little bit. He had 10. But it was nice to see something like that and be able to play on the floor. And is that floor bigger than Taylor High School's floor?
Yes.
Yes, it is. So, and you can tell by the way the cops were winded when they went up and down. So yes, we had to implement a couple of things on the run there for them. So, but yeah, it was great. Jaden's our next student. He's also our captain on the basketball team.
I'm Jaden. Like he just said, I'm one of the varsity captains. This is my first year on varsity. I decided to just play. I put it on my jacket actually last year, so I kind of had to play it this year. That was the main reason. But I play baseball, so basketball is not really my thing. I had no idea we were doing this. I was still crazily excited. It was a great time. Everybody was kind of shocked though that I could shoot, which was a little surprising because it's kind of what I do. Knocked down 2 threes, couple of layups, a lot of good defense. I almost dunked in warmups, which I'm pretty sure it's because of the springs in the floor, but it's all right. I still had a great time. My team had a great time. We were all cheering each other on. We had a blast, and I'm thankful that Coach Simon's got this together. This David guy, thank you. I don't know who he is. But it was a great time. I'm glad Braylon got to have fun. We got a lot of good pictures. Everybody had a great time. It was amazing. And yeah.
Great memories. Fabulous.
I just want to say one more thing that we didn't include because I didn't get any pictures, but the West Middle School students had the opportunity to do a high five tunnel before the game. So they actually did a tunnel where all the Pistons went through and high fived them. So it was really truly a whole total Taylor night for us. So it was great. So
Awesome.
and I want to say congratulations to Kyle. We'll miss you. So all right, thank you.
Thank you.
I do have to say, one of the things I absolutely loved that, those students out there, that's a once in a lifetime experience, and they took advantage of it. Like they were taking the shots that, they'd see pros take. They were taking that extra shot at trying to dunk or do those things because when are you going to have that chance again? It was fun to watch. Very much so. Yeah, no, I noticed your first one. I'm going, it's a little early for that, but.
I heard him say it and then I'm like, oh, there he goes. So, yeah.
He did ask for it. Coach Allen saw.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Wait. Yes.
Thank you.
We have Chair Salas with Mr. Wager.
Yes, it's my pleasure tonight to recognize a few of our employees. We partner with a company called Care Solace, and Care Solace provides a service that when we as educators feel that there is a student or a community member or a parent that may need some extra mental health supports, and that Care Solace provides us a vehicle to be able to connect them with outside resources for free beyond what we can provide as a school district. And they had recently sent me an email, and they wanted to recognize some of our staff members annually that they call their Super Care Heroes. And these go out to people all over the country that use Care Solace as a platform for how many students, how many community members, how many people they refer for those extra supports and that extra help. So it's my pleasure to recognize Melissa Card, Cynthia Mazzaros, Giovanna Ramos Quirez, Stacy Scarpace, and Amanda Simmons, because they have been recognized by Care Solace as Super Care Heroes for 2024, and I want to recognize them publicly here today. So thank you to them for all they do.
That's great, good news. Okay, we have any revisions or to the agenda or an approval of the agenda?
I have a revision for the agenda. I would like to strike action item 5 from the agenda,
Is there support?
and I would,
Oh,
are you gonna make your announcement during board comment?
well, so I would like to add another revision to add after scheduled reports, make that item number 7, board member resignation.
Thank you. Support by Fields requires a roll call. Go ahead. Correct. Yeah, correct. I got it. Yes, we have to revise the agenda, we're going to.
One more, we do need to remove the scheduled report as well. Ms. Graham is out with the flu, and so we are going to reschedule that for another meeting.
Where's that?
It's
It's number
from
7.
6.
Yep, we're changing scheduled reports to. Any other? Okay, I have support or a motion to change the.
It's not one of the action items, it's Roman numeral 6.
Oh,
That's
okay,
what it
you're
is.
good.
Yep.
Okay, remove item number 5, and we're changing item number 7 to, what did you call it, Kyle?
Board member resignation.
Okay, board member resignation. It requires a roll call, Morris,
Yes.
Tufeld? Right,
Yes.
Block,
Yes.
Fields? Moore, yes, Mordarski?
Yes.
Passes 7-0. Okay, now we're gonna see, have student representatives from the Career Center.
Okay. Hello, everybody. So we have a few of our programs here tonight. We have our EMT program, marketing, welding, culinary, teacher cadet, and construction. So we're going to start with our EMT kids. They actually wanted to do a life-saving scenario for you. So they're gonna go first.
Good evening, Board, Mr. Wager. My name's Jeff Morrow. I teach the EMT program. We have 2 years worth, 2-year course. And this is our 2nd-year course. They are actually going to be able to test for their national registry license when they turn 18. And we want to show you a little bit of what they've been doing. We got a little bit, some more equipment in the last couple of weeks, and we want to show it off for you guys. All right? They have to set it up real quick. So as we do this, I'll give a little narration, what's going on, what they're doing, and what you should expect. Of course, we have a volunteer that's gonna help them out today. Just put it right over here. So the scenario we're gonna do is gonna be a cardiac arrest. One of the keys to converting a cardiac arrest is early defibrillation and high quality CPR. One of the piece of equipment that we just got was a automatic chest compressor. It's called a Lucas, and the Lucas machine was actually invented by a 13-year-old boy. And it was his idea. His father was an engineer, and they took it to market and they did it. And now it's one of the leading edges equipment in EMS across the country. And we're fortunate enough to get a trainer. So we're going to show you what it does. Subi. At this time, 911 will be called. Person will arrive. They're basic EMTs, and they'll go through their primary assessment, what goes on. First thing they're going to do is Adam's going to check for pulse and respirations for 5 to 10 seconds. Finding no pulse or respirations, he's going to start compressions right away. It's a one-person CPR until the second rescuer gets done. Because it's a witness arrest, we know he already has oxygen in his lungs, and so we're going to just continue compressions and pump that oxygenated blood through his body to the brain and to the heart. The heart starts to die, the brain starts to die within 4 to 6 minutes without oxygen. So what Adam is doing, he's actually flushing the blood right through the heart and the brain right now to keep it going, as if he was breathing. Avery set up the ambu bag right next to him. Adam's doing 30 compressions to 2 respirations. Avery's sticking on the AED, and he's going to work around Adam doing compressions. As soon as he gets the AED on, which is the key to converting a CPR situation. So what Avery just did, once they noticed that they have a CPR in progress, he called for a second unit to help with hands and equipment they may need. One of the things that Avery is doing right now, he has something called a King Airway. It's an advanced airway that we can use as basic EMTs that allows us to use good quality ventilations with the patient. Because they're basic EMTs, they're not going to use the ET tube. So this is like a blind stick. It'll go either the trachea or the esophagus. It doesn't really matter. Here in the city, the fire department is going to respond anywhere within 3 to 5 minutes. So at that time, the second unit shows up. They're also basic. They're not ALS. We have Emery and Jacob here. Avery is giving a report to the second unit on scene, what's going on, what they're doing, downtime, and so on. The piece of equipment that Jacob's setting up right now is the Lucas machine. It's an automatic chest compressor. And if you've never really seen CPR done, it's pretty violent, and you're going to see the difference between what Jacob or what Adam is doing compared to what Lucas is doing. Right away, is getting high quality chest compressions. It's going to compress in at 100, 120 per minute, and it frees up people. Because it is an advanced airway, it's no longer 30-2 ventilation to compression ratio. It's going to be continuous compressions and ventilate once every 5 to 6 seconds. This point right here, Emery is going to interview the witness, get some basic information, history, and stuff like that of the patient if they can. We're going to continue doing this and make a decision. Either we're going to call med control to see if there's a time of death, or we're going to transport the patient. Because we are basic EMTs and we did shock the patient, we'll probably transport the patient right away. At this point, we'd probably package the patient up on the stretcher, load them up, and get them to the nearest facility. It's that quick how fast this can happen. So they could be at the hospital within 7 to 10 minutes of being on scene, doing high quality CPR. So once again, these students here are our year 2 students. They're going to test for a National Registry license, which is a state license where they can work anywhere in the country with that license once they turn 18. And the hopes is that they'll go on to become paramedics and firefighters. That's what I hope. So, do you guys have any questions for us at all?
An 11-year-old boy?
What's that?
An 11-year-old boy?
13.
Registered Lucas
13.
Street?
Yep.
That's,
Yep. Yeah, and because the level of class that we teach is a National Registry class, we have to train them on industry standard equipment. And we're very fortunate that we do have the funding to where we can purchase these equipment to teach our students to get them ready for the real world licenses and stuff. All right. All right. Thank you so much. All right.
Thank you.
That's funny. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and if you guys want to line up in case parents want to
Wanna
take
take
pictures,
picture?
like that would be fantastic. We'll let them get their equipment.
Yes.
So how many students are currently in this program?
Between both levels, I have 48 between both classes. My national register class, I have 8.
Oh,
It's a very, it's a college level class, they're dual enrolled kids. It's very, very hard class. I push them. They're required to do at least an hour of homework every day after school, after my
You guys
class
can
is
take
3
your
hour
equipment
block.
out and then come on back up.
So
That'd be
they're
awesome.
working on this 4 hours a day, typically, at least. So, program's growing. When I took the program over 7 years ago, I had 6 total kids all day. And we're up to, 48 or so. We had a couple kids drop. And also, it does help that we do have out of district kids in our program. Emory is actually from Summit, which is
Okay.
nice, so.
thank you very much.
And once they come back in, we'll give them their cards and we'll have time for parents to take pictures. Come on up, guys.
Yeah,
thank you.
wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Very impressive. Thank you. Thank you.
And if you guys want to line this way and face that way. okay. Good pick. Thank you, guys.
You guys did a great job. Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, guys. You did an amazing job. All right, so next we're going to bring up our welding students with Mr. Basler and Mr. Case.
First, I'd like to invite, thanks to the board for inviting us here today. So behind me here is most of our team for the Tailor Made Welders After School Program team, where we go ahead and we compete all over the state. We actually have a regional competition this Friday, so in 2 days. And we just took 3rd place a few months ago at the Ironworkers competition. So that was a lot of fun. That was against about 400 students throughout a week. And one of our students back here, Melanie, actually took 3rd place there. And Mario also took 5th place there out of 10 places available.
All right.
So today, I'd just like these 2 students here. This is Mario and this is Jenna. And they're just going to talk about what the after-school program and what the program overall welding has done for them within the past year that they've been in it. And they're both 2nd-year students now, halfway through that, on their journey to graduating and going to college and such for that. So.
Yeah, so program has just been amazing. Before I got into it, I was like,
A little closer to the mic.
before I got into the welding program and just welding in general, I was just not really good in school, but I liked the program so much and I didn't want to get like taken out of it. So I actually had to try in school, and now I want to go to college to go further ahead in welding. And it's all thanks to Mr. Basler and Mr. Case, just helping me through it, just teaching.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I actually thought I was gonna be a mechanic, but we didn't have one of those programs, so I was like, okay, I'll join welding. And it has been the most amazing experience in my entire life. And they've opened opportunities for me, and they're like family. And sorry, it's been hard because I didn't know if I was going to be accepted as a woman in a male predominated field. So I was really accepted by all of them, especially Mr. Basler and Mr. Case. They've, like I said, been like family. They've been there for me. They've given me job opportunities. They showed me colleges that I'm going to go to, and I'm going to pursue college at Washtenaw. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to help them with like the shop and everything. And it's just been an amazing opportunity. And I'm really grateful for all of them and everybody. Thank you.
Can you have him start over here and shake hands and then proceed? Yes, look over on that side.
Got them all to go.
All of them, yes, yes. Thank you. Well done. Congratulations. Oops, maybe you too. Thank you. Great job.
One more, I think. Who's your teacher?
Keep up the good work.
Quite a few women walking through here. Young women. Congratulations. Thank you. Did we have another group?
All right, yes, I do. I have a few more. We started with the big ones and we're going smaller. So next up, we are going to have Ms. Randall for marketing and DECA.
Hello, good evening. I'm Jenna Randall. I am the teacher for digital multimedia at the Career Center and marketing at Taylor High School. And our DECA chapter had 26 kids compete in our district competition in December. And we have 16 of them that are advancing to our state competition in March. And so we just wanted to take a second to recognize them. I'm going to read their names off. I've got some of them here with me today. So we've got Michael Williams, Matthew Danley, and Ashlyn Beals, Ireland Brooks, Jessica Gonzalez, Bryce Rodriguez, Israel Gibson, Sean Graham, and we also have Alyssa Bartello, Eric Schroeder, Kalaya Pikoski, Zanaya Williamson, Loki Glowinski, Leonie Piso, Angela Bellman Gonzalez, and Cody Woodman. So let's support them as they prepare to compete in March. It's a really big deal for them to go represent Taylor High School, downtown Detroit, with about 5,000 DECA members across the state of Michigan. So it's a great opportunity for them.
And what category are you each doing?
They're all doing something different. I
They
didn't want to
are?
get into the weeds of the category because I did tell them to come at 5 o'clock today. So I felt kind of bad about that. So I was trying to keep it short and sweet, but they have all done a really great job preparing, whether it's in marketing, finance, business administration or management, and hospitality and tourism. So those are the general categories that we have represented, and we're really excited to see how they do. And I wanted to just introduce the folks that are here too. So Ashlyn Beals, Bryce Rodriguez, and Eric Schroeder are part of the executive board for our DECA chapter. And we have Israel Gibson, who is a senior this year competing in an ethics event. And we have Zanaya Williamson. She's actually also part of our executive board, our VP of Finance. All right. Thank you, guys.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Next competition coming up.
Congratulations.
Hey, that's. Congratulations. Good luck, y'all.
All right, thank you so much, you guys. You know, a little near and dear to my heart since that used to be my job. All right, so next up, we have some kids here from culinary, and they also brought you some treats.
You might just be the favorite group.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jayla, and we just wanted to share some culinary arts class good news for you guys. The culinary arts program has been one of the most popular programs at the Career Center for many years now. It's obvious to see why. Who doesn't love to cook and eat food, right? As first-year students, we learn the basics of cooking from knife cuts to baking science, while also gaining organizational skills, employability skills, and the importance of working as a team. My favorite part about being in culinary is getting to make food and take it home all the time.
Hi, I'm Dalen. So far this year, we have not only gained knowledge and skills, but we have also helped prep for our fundraisers and events held at CB's Cafe or elsewhere within our district. Some of our favorites were preparing cookies for Myers Elementary School to enjoy with Santa. Our homemade bake sale where we made and sold homemade scones and cinnamon rolls. And helping prepare for the superintendent student advisory luncheons. We are looking forward to helping with more events as the year continues.
Hello, I'm Nicholas. This is the first year in a long time that we had a full class of second-year students. Because of this, we've been able to focus on having the restaurant open to the public a little more often. Theme days have been a big hit in the years, and this year has been the best year yet. The students learn about the cultures and food of their countries and regions that make the food and service to the public. The restaurant is open once or twice a month, featuring a different cuisine each time. The second-year students also take on some of the bigger events that are requested of us. Overall, it has been a very fun and successful year with the culinary program, and we can't wait to see what the remainder of the year brings.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Want you to come around, shake hands with everyone? Oh, yeah, we are.
And I'm gonna need that recipe for the cinnamon rolls because those were very good.
I wrote it down.
So what's in the box?
I might come back just for that.
Your box is what?
Oh, okay. Oh, they're like the crumble. Yeah, cookies. Oh, those are awesome.
Very nice. Not that like crumble?
Oh, I want some.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You set them there. Congratulations. Well done.
There's a lot of work.
It has Vicks on it. Okay, just like Kathy, there's Vicks. No, thank you. Congratulations. Yeah, my.
Just so you know, we ran out of the cards, but we'll deliver to your classes tomorrow, so, yeah.
So I will say that our culinary program, they have a Facebook page. I have a Facebook page and our website, so you can see when our restaurant is open. And you're welcome to make reservations and come in, and the kids will wait on you. And the prices are so reasonable, and the food is so good. You can also do a carry out. So if you didn't have time to come in and sit and eat, you could order a carry out, and then you can just swing by and pick it up and bring it right back to work.
Is the number on the web or website?
Yes,
page?
yep. So, and I have a flyer I just posted the other day, but I'll repost it again. Actually, I think I have it pinned on our Facebook page, and you can see the remaining dates. We actually have one. Is it this Friday or next Friday? I think it's this Friday. There's one this Friday. Yeah. So, yep. So you can email our chef and make reservations and come on in. Okay, we have two more programs left. Teacher Cadet, why don't you come on up?
Good afternoon. My name is Layla Eaton. I'm a student at Teacher Cadet and at Taylor Career Center. I teach ASD and Kenya Elementary.
I'm Aaron Mayfield. I also do the same thing, but I teach at Randall.
And Teacher Cadet is a program where students learn how to become uprising teachers, not only just teachers, but young adults. Teacher Cadet teach us importance about patience, leadership, values, how to care for our little children when we're teaching, and just overall how to be a young adult in life. I would say our teacher, Ms. Roberts, and the teacher that we work with at our schools is a great example of leadership and how to be a teacher in our daily lives and how to go about when students need us physically and mentally, and just how to be that leadership and how to be that role model for our little kids. And I would say that's a great thing about Teacher Cadet, where the teachers daily show us how teachers should be, no matter how they feel, no matter what their circumstance is. They just show us how a great teacher should be.
Lift this up a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to say Ms. Roberts is hands down the most caring teacher I have ever experienced and ever met. She had done a lot for me that you don't even know. Without her, I would not be standing here right now due to some situations, but she just really cares for me. I was at a Blair Moody. I wanted to help the teachers and everything, but they wasn't showing no love. So she got me right the very next week. Yeah, I got you a new, she emailed me, I got you a new school. I got you there. I was like, thank you, girl. Thank you. Thank you. I went to Randall. Great teacher. Miss K, I love her. She's so sweet. I love her students. They show nothing but respect. Sometimes you gotta put them in check. No talking, somebody else is talking, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but like I said, without Ms. Roberts, I wouldn't be standing here right now. And Teacher Cadet is a awesome program. I wanted to do football and stuff like that, but I'm a teacher at my church, so I felt like my teaching is my calling. I'm so great with kids, so I decided to do the Teacher Cadet program, and with this teacher, she makes it 10 times better than what it is. So I just shout out to her, and yeah.
Thank you.
Do you all have a favorite moment so far or no?
For me, I teach ASD. So far I just like just being with the kids, and some kids are very hyper. So like they do be scaring me when they get in that sensory room. I'm not gonna lie, like calm down on that jumping. But other than that, it's a great opportunity in the moment.
My favorite moment is when these two kids at Blair Moody, they were fighting and they ended up crying. And I feel like my specialty in a teacher is being that emotional person where you can talk to me about anything. You can cry in my arms for all I care. I'll be there for you. So they were so mad and upset, and the teacher, she didn't know how to calm them down. I was like, keep teaching the class. I'm gonna deal with it. So I pulled each one to the side. I had one stay in the calming corner to calm down until I talked to them. When I was talking to the first kid, I was like, what's wrong? Just tell me about it. They were just crying and crying. I was like, yeah, just give me a hug. And then they started crying more. And then I talked to them about the situation, and they felt better. I said, go back to class. The other one, she started yelling at me. I was like, okay, let's calm down. Let's calm down. Let's calm down. But she eventually calmed down. I talked some spoken to her, and she eventually calmed down. Everything was good. And I called them to the hallway, and they hugged it out, and nothing even nothing ever happened. So I feel like I'm just gonna be that emotion person for my students when I'm a teacher. And me personally, I was very blessed to experience that so early, you know what I'm saying? So I know I'm gonna have to deal with that 5 days out of the week when I'm a teacher full time. So yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you all.
Oh, can we come up and shake hands first? And then if you need pictures. Line me up. Congratulations, we have a certificate, so we'll get it to you tomorrow.
Awesome job.
Let's see. Waiting for you.
Okay, and our last student, he was a little late because he accidentally went to the Career Center. So Tyler is here to talk about our year one construction program. So last board meeting, Mr. Murray was here and he spoke about year two. So Mr. Klug has the year one students and Tyler's here to talk about his experience in year one.
Hello, my name is Tyler. I'm in construction one right now. I like the class. It's pretty good. Right now we're building a house. We learned foundation work, like strong foundation, make sure it can hold like a structure on top of it, you know. Floor systems. So we're getting joists in on Friday and we're gonna be putting those in. And like subfloors and stuff like that. We've been learning how to do framing walls and doors and windows. We're putting all 4 walls are up right now. And we just cut out the doors and the windows. So we're just waiting on the joists to come in so then we could put those on Friday and then we could start doing the roof and stuff like that. I like the construction class. Everybody's pretty cool. Mr. Klug and Mr. Fairmouth, 2 very good people. Program, I like it. Pretty good.
Awesome job. And
Thank you.
I can't believe she called you out like that for going to the Career Center. She put you on the spot there.
Mr. Klug set me up for failure. I'm in the Career Center and I go run into the room because I was already 2 minutes late. It was 6:02. And he's like, yeah, we got an important meeting to go to. And here I am late, too late. That's what time it was, too late.
Awesome
Thank
job.
you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Can you come around and shake hands?
Yep.
with me?
Okay, so that was it. I just want to thank you again I know it was a lot of people and I just want to thank you for giving us the time because there was no way I could just pick one. So I brought all of them. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, now we are moving on to item number 7, board member resignation. You want me to do it? Are you doing it?
Nope.
No, it's my job,
Yep.
okay. On January 29th, 2025, the Board of Education received a resignation letter from Board Trustee Kyle Wright. The resignation letter stated that Mr. Wright's resignation would be effective February 5th, 2025, following the regular board meeting. Mr. Wright has served on the board for almost 4 years, and we thank him for his service. Mr. Wright's resignation was self-executing. Information will be posted in the following week, which will pertain to filling the newly vacant seat on the Board of Education. Thank you, Kyle, for all of the hard work. I watched you for doing them. I appreciate all of your hard work. We don't need to vote on that, no?
No.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. Then you have to stay forever and ever. Okay, now we'll move on to discussion items. We have an out-of-state field trip request. Mr. Birchler, you're going to speak about that, correct?
Good evening. My name is Mr. Birchler, Jim Birchler from Hoover Middle School, and I'm the band director. I've had the privilege of teaching some of the hardest working, most dedicated and talented students at Hoover. Our groups collectively perform over 15 concerts, parades, and competitions each school year. So the purpose of the field trip to Cedar Point is to reward these students for all their hard work and dedication throughout the school year. We also use it as a recruiting tool to get students interested in joining our music program. I've been at Hoover for the last this is my 34th year at Hoover. It's my second home, and I'm happy to say that we won't be combining the two middle schools right now. But anyway, I also want to just say a few words about our Hoover students. We had 50 students go to solo and ensemble this past weekend at Livonia Franklin High School. And with 30 events, 20 of those received the highest rating from a musical adjudicator, and 10 of them received the second highest rating out of a first, second, third, fourth, fifth rating system. So we're super proud of our Hoover band students. I also want to give a shout out to Mrs. Teresa Winnie, who has been playing piano accompanying my soloists at Hoover for the last 34 years. She was a choir director. She was my principal for 9 years. She was assistant superintendent of schools. And I just want to give a shout out to her for continuing to do that for my students and our students. I also want to mention that we have 7 of our Hoover band students who have been selected for the Detroit Symphony Orchestra Civic Youth Ensemble Middle School Honors Band Day, and that's going to be occurring on March 17th. So they'll go for rehearsals all day long, and then there'll be concerts in the evening. More to come on that. So this is the first year that I've sent students to that program, but we're really excited to have them represent Hoover and the Taylor School District. Back to Cedar Point, for many of our students, this trip is first time that they will be on a trip without their families. Of course, the students enjoy the rides and entertainment at the park, but they also learn valuable life skills such as time management, learning to read a park map, asking for help, working through relational challenges with their partners, budgeting their money, learning how to order their own food, overcoming the fear of riding rides, and following directions. Over the last 34 years, I've never had an incident with students. It's a safe environment. We keep our students safe. And our field trip will take place on Tuesday, May 27th. We charter 3 buses from Indian Trails this year, and we will have a district-approved chaperone for every 8 to 10 students. I always have a meeting with the chaperones before we leave in order to ensure the safety of our students at all times. Does anybody have any questions? I will take that. I will take that. Thank you very much. For the middle school honors, that's the concert is at Fisher Theater in Detroit. So they'll be rehearsing all day long, and there's 3 different middle school levels of groups. I'm just finding this out this year. We also have our students participate in the Downriver Music Guild Honors Day as well. So both from the high school and the middle school. So I probably will pick different students for that, just to give more of our students an opportunity to play with the best musicians in the Downriver area. So. Sure, I absolutely will. Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
If you want to.
Now, Mrs. Roberts, would you, not to be shaking hands, yeah. Yeah. Mrs. Roberts is here to discuss a conference, overnight conference request. Go ahead.
Dear members of the school board, I'm here to respectfully request your approval for my attendance at the Michigan Educational Careers Association, or MECA Spring Conference. This event is essential to professional development opportunity that will enhance my ability to serve our students and strengthen our school's career and technical education program. As you may know, participation in professional development activities such as this conference is a key requirement for compliance with the Perkins Grant funding. The Perkins Grant supports our schools in providing high-quality career and technical education programs, and attending this conference will help ensure that we continue to meet the grant's criteria. By attending the MECA Spring Conference, I will gain valuable insights into the latest trends, best practices, and resources that directly impact the success of our students in preparing for post-secondary education and career opportunities. The information and networking opportunities I will encounter at this event will equip me with the knowledge to better align our programs with industry standards and improve our students' outcomes. I greatly appreciate your consideration of the request, as it is ultimately a benefit both for our students and our district by ensuring that we maintain the high standards required to receive and utilize Perkins Grant funding. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions from the board?
Not a question. I just want to highlight Miss Roberts. And I know it's not what we're supposed to talk about, just how phenomenal your program is and how phenomenal you are as an educator.
Thank you.
Ever since we voted to approve that program to be a part of the school district, you have taken it, grown it, and every year we've had students come and talk about how amazing that program is. We've had educators come and talk about how amazing your program is, and it's a testament to you as a former student of yours, even at West. I know how amazing you are. I just want to say thank you for building such a beautiful program and making sure that our students have endless possibilities.
Thank you. That means a lot to me. Thank you
And
very
we always
much.
have time for those types of things. We'll make
And
time. for
I,
those things.
I think Pat was down there recruiting for the future, but when they were shaking hands, so that's good too.
Okay, thank you, Heather.
Thank you.
Okay, now we are going to move on to overnight conference request for the Spring Institute. And that was Miss Primi.
Good evening. I'm here to request my presence to attend the this is always a mouthful, Michigan Association of State and Federal Program Specialists Spring Conference. This is an important time of year to get MDE updates for the upcoming fiscal year 26, especially with all the changes that we might be anticipating at the federal level. I do request my presence at that event.
Thank you. And are there any questions on this? Okay,
Get
Ken,
us-
while we move on
get
to
us some money.
Did you? Okay, we'll move on to the what is it, the Summer Leadership Institute.
Yes, and I failed to mention that previous conference is grant funded for Title I, so there's no cost to the district. In addition, I've been asked to attend our Summer Leadership Institute. I sit on the board for that same association. When I returned to a position like this, I was very fortunate that they invited me back to be a member on the board. So that is our Summer Leadership Institute, where we work with our MDE partners, and that again is no cost to the district.
Thank you. Questions? No, then we'll move on. Athletics, don't we? Okay, that's what I thought, but anyway, the Hope Squad.
Yep, so
Let's
that's
go
me too.
again.
I do have a presentation. So last year, I presented to the board some of our grant activities, and one of them was the Stronger Connections Grant. That is a grant that was a bipartisan federal grant to promote safe and healthy schools, kind of like our Title IV grants, just like well-rounded activities for our students. So this year, go ahead to the next one. We have been able to secure funds to sustain our PBIS, so positive behavior supports reward system amongst our schools, as well as stipends to hold the meetings to look at data. So right here, we see our Career Center students enjoying some of those rewards. The students get recognition for going above and beyond in their behavior, and they're able to earn certificates. And this looks like a Halloween candy reward. We used to partner with RISA in this program, but their grant requirements were very, very strict, and trinkets just don't do it for high school, secondary students. So they really enjoy the candy as a reward. So we got a little bit more flexibility there. Next slide, please. This was a really cool one. We were able to secure marching band drumline $20,000 of equipment. They don't have it all yet, so they couldn't actually put it on and show us what it looks like, but they put it out in the hallway so I could get a picture of them showing off the new band equipment. Again, we know that band is a good reason that students come to school. It helps build community and engagement, and it's investing in our art program. Next slide, please. We were able to secure, and on actually January 27th, our elementary PE teachers went down to Toledo to look at adaptive PE equipment to make our gym experiences more inclusive and accessible to those students that might suffer from a handicap. So these students are enjoying their new scooters and some of the other things that they brought back that day. Next slide. So that leads to another purchase that I'm looking to secure that I do need board approval for because of the amount for the Hope Squad initiative. A few weeks ago, we had Brian Galdis in from the Suicide Prevention Coalition talking about the Hope Squad. So we were looking to bring that to the district. It is a board approved, MDE approved budget item. So all of these things have to be approved by MDE as part of the budget. And I have a short video that Redford Union uses Hope Squads just so you get an idea of what it's all about.
Parents of a junior high or maybe a high school student, you might want to pay attention for a few minutes here. There are troubling statistics on teen suicide. According to the CDC, more than 10% of teens have contemplated suicide, and the reasons run the gamut from social anxiety, bullying, depression, and a lot more.
Yes, and part of the problem is many feel that they don't have anyone to talk to about how they are feeling. But as Nick Monticelli shows us this morning, there is a new program in the Redford Union School District that's trying to fix that.
What's up, y'all? Hope Squad is a peer-to-peer suicide prevention program.
When is the last time you heard high school students talking about mental health with their friends?
We're trying to be a safe outlet for students to go to if they're dealing with mental health issues.
There's a good chance that answer is never, which is exactly what the Hope Squad in Redford Union High School is trying to fix. Alicia, Antonio, and Tyler are just 3 members of this help group, now specially trained to be a peer resource for their friends.
I think Hope Squad is really needs to be in most schools because the fact that a lot of students aren't really comfortable with talking to their trusted adults or anything like that.
When I was in high school, we didn't talk about mental health. You know, you were ashamed to talk about whatever feelings or emotions you had. Is that changing or is that what you're trying to change?
I feel like that's what we're trying to change. Like when I grew up, this was the same thing, you feel me? You don't really talk about how you feel.
Mental health has been stigmatized and it hasn't really been talked about, and it's something that needs to be talked about. It needs to be normalized.
Suicide prevention is the #1 goal of the Hope Squad. According to the CDC, about 10% of the population will contemplate suicide. So in a school like this, that's more than 100 kids thinking about it. But only a third of them have reached out for help. That's where the Hope Squad comes in.
One of the main trainings is QPR, which is question, persuade, and refer.
What does that mean?
So pretty much we question on how they're feeling. We ask directly, are they suicidal or do they go to bed and wish that they don't wake up? And then we persuade them to hold on. And then depending on the situation, we will refer them to one of our advisors.
Is that an uncomfortable conversation to have, especially with a peer?
It has to be said. I think we can't keep beating around the bush anymore, and that we need to directly come out and ask the questions.
Please forgive my question, but have either of you, any of you, dealt with suicidal thoughts yourselves?
Yeah, most definitely.
It's kind of a strange 180 for you to be in this position then.
Yeah, that's why I feel like I'm such a good fit for the program, because I can understand where they're coming from.
And while these 3 high schoolers are seniors, there's another Hope Squad in Redford Union Junior High trying to reach kids as soon as possible.
The main idea is being able to not judge them about what they're going through and being able to sit there and acknowledge everything that they're saying.
Most of us were going through things like our 8th or 7th graders, they're going through changes, and talking to a parent won't be as comfortable as talking to like a friend.
It's a pretty basic concept. Talking to friends is easier, which is why the Hope Squad was created. Now, when there is a difficult conversation, A friend will be there to listen.
Maybe explain, like, show them that you have been through those things and that it is okay to speak about them, that they don't have to be scared.
And I hope that kids just realize that they're not alone and that there are people here who want to help them.
Boy, what a great, impactful program. The Hope Squad is brand.
So that explains it way more better than I could ever put into words, hearing it from our contemporaries in terms of students. So again, I'm asking that the board approve this purchase. It is over the amount of $5,000, which is the board threshold for quotes, but it's a sole source provider service. There's not anyone else that provides a similar type of service. So in board policy, we do allow for sole source providers where we don't need to accept quotes for grant funded purchases. Go to the next slide, please.
Parents of
So just to kind of give you an idea of what sole source means, if you were looking to buy a truck, like if you were looking to buy an F-150, there are multiple types of options that are similar to an F-150, like a Silverado or Dodge Ram. But if you were in the market for a Cybertruck, you can't get a Cybertruck anywhere else, although I don't know why anyone would want that. But you can't get a Cybertruck anywhere else. That would be a sole source. You can only get it from Tesla right now. So I'm looking to get this purchased as a sole source purchase through the policy that allows us to do so.
This is just a technical question.
Yeah.
Is the money being sent to GrowthWorks?
No, it's not. It's outside. No.
It's outside of.
Yep, it's outside of
Okay.
Grove, sir. Yep.
Just need to know if I need to abstain.
Yep, it's outside. In fact, I think they're based in Ohio, if I recall. Thank you, though. That's a good question. Any other questions?
Yeah, and I've seen the Redford Union superintendent present at one of our meetings as well. It's a fantastic program. It's a great opportunity for us to bring that on board for our kids as well.
Yeah, and to piggyback on that, Redford Union did a presentation at the Metro Bureau meeting, which I'm sure the same meeting you had, where the 3 students you saw in the video were there, and we actually had to ask them questions of, not like what you saw in the video, but even the more personal questions. It was moving. It really was to have those students there and share what they've done to help their school.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, let's move on. We have the Canon lease agreement. Mr. Ross?
Good afternoon, John Ross, IT Director, and today just have a lease renewal for our Canon machines that we use in our print shop. Keep Mr. Pats here up and running. This lease agreement is just an extension off of what we currently have with our 2 machines after we took a look at the volume that they've already done. Canon was happy with just releasing those till the end of next school year. About a few months out from that point, we'll have to take a look at those machines and go to bid and find replacement machines. But for right now, they're in perfect working order. I don't even think we've had any maintenance done in, I don't know, it's been months, right? So they've been clicking really good. So nice thing about this is that the per page cost is staying the same, which is great because typically every 3 to 5 years, you see a 15% rate increase, and we haven't seen one in a few years. Second to that, there's a promotion going on where we get a free printer for releasing these machines or doing any business with Canon Corporation. And then the third thing that's nice is we got $190 a month knocked off the current lease. And like I said, this is just going to take us to the end of next school year where we'll reevaluate the machines that we have now. And then at that point, we'll have to go out to bid for new machines. Secondary to that, we have a lot of equipment that is aging in the print shop. So at that time, it'll be a good opportunity to look at all the other aging equipment that we have as well and think about what we want to do with the print shop and how to move forward with that.
Thank you. Any questions from the board?
What is the per page cost? Per page cost is dependent on the printer. So I'll go over the 2 different printers we have. So we have a large line printer that does, I think, 110 pages per minute. And the per page cost on that one, I'm sorry, it's 115 pages per minute. So that one is a black and white only, and that is 0.00472 cents per page. These prices include maintenance and toner if needed. So the color printer is the black and white's a little bit higher at 0.00679 cents per page. And then the color pages are 4.255 cents per page. So very favorable rates. And like I said, they haven't gone up in years. Mhm.
Anything else? Thank you for coming and sharing with us. Now we're going to move on to the budget amendment. Mrs. Hill?
Thank you very much. Let's see, next slide, please. Okay, so according to the Uniform Budgeting and Accounting Act of 1968, under section 141.437, school districts may amend the budget to stay within the appropriated budget. That is the budget that the board has approved. Next slide, please. Listed here are the different funds that the district has. There are 6 of them. The general fund being our major fund. We have funded programs or grant funding. Food service, or also called cafeteria funds, debt funds, center program fund, and capital projects fund, which is our bond funding. All of these different funds have their own fund balance. Next slide, please. So the first fund that I'll go through is the general fund. It's our major fund for the district. Currently, the revenue is at $83,410,075. And the way that is broken out is we have $17.4 million in local revenue, which comes from the tax levy. State revenue in the amount of $59,000 that comes through the state aid, and it's slightly higher. And the reason why it's slightly higher than what you would pull down and actually see is because it's split out between grant funding and regular foundational and special ed funding. So we get about $59.2 million from that source. Federal sources, under the general fund, we get a little federal subsidy to support our bond payment in an amount of $144,000. And then we get about $6.5 million from the ISD to include the special enhancement tax levy, as well as some other special funding that we get through the ISD. And the total is $83.4 million. Next slide, please. So for those who like to see funding set up from a visual standpoint, 71% of our funding, it comes from the state. And 20%, I'm sorry, 71%, it's a little hard to see, but 71% comes from local sources. No, I'm sorry, state revenue. 20% comes from local sources, and 8% comes from federal, I'm sorry, 0% comes from federal sources. Back one slide, please. And you see the percentages off to the side. 20% local revenue, state revenue is 71%. Federal sources is really a 0.1, and then all that. Local revenue is 0.8%. So just next slide, please. And then I just talked about those revenue assumptions. The local sources more in-depthly. Most of the district's local revenue sources are from operating and debt taxes from the city of Taylor, Brownstown, Dearborn Heights, Inkster, and Westland. Per the district's current L4029, The current operating levy is at 17.7588%. And usually districts can levy up to 18%. So that's an opportunity that the district has to apply for a buffer. Because of the Headley rollback, we are currently levying less than 18 mills, which is about a loss of $200,000 per year for the district. So at some point in time, the district may make a decision to go out for a buffer levy to the taxpayers so that we can get up to the 18 mills that we're supposed to be levying. Our current debt levy is 0.8500. That's to pay for debt payments, principal and interest payments that the district has due or comes through May 1st, and then also in October. And then we have a commercial levy of about 5.9928 mills. In terms of our state revenue, the district's current foundation allowance, is $9,608, the same as it was for fiscal year 24. The district's current blended student count is at 5295.43. Now the district is paid based on a blended count, which is about 90% of the current October count times 10% of the prior year's February count. And that's how the state comes up with the blended count, and they multiply it by the foundation allowance and also some other formulas that are weighed in there to give districts their allocation. So last year, the blended count that the district was paid for or against was a blended count of $5,528.72, a difference of 233 students lost between last year and this year in terms of the blended count. Next slide, please. In terms of our general fund assumptions, the major assumptions for the general fund, expenditure assumptions include our projected costs needed to implement the district programming for the fiscal year 25 school year, and with the major expenses being raises for all 4 bargaining contracts that have been added to the current budget, as well as benefits. So each year, the district's benefits are increased in the month of January. So that increase has been factored into the budget. And salaries and benefits currently for the general fund alone represents 75% of the general fund budget. So when you weigh in the other funds that also pay out salaries and benefits, of course, for the district, last year, the major total for salary and benefits last year was 83% of all those fund budgets. But for the general fund alone, it's only 75% of the total general fund budget, which is salaries and benefits. And I stop and I pause there because it's significant. Isn't it? Yes.
I was gonna say though, didn't MASB say like they recommend it to be around like 60%?
No. About,
No? Okay, 70 is normal?
yeah, 70 is normal. And this, yeah, that's where we fall because things are expensive. Salaries and benefits are expensive. Healthcare is expensive, and it's not going down. A buffer levy is, okay, so school districts can levy 18 mills, and we're supposed to be levying 18 mills according to the law. Well, the district is currently levying less than that. We're at 17 point something. So the buffer is the difference between what we're currently levying and the 18 mills, which is the district's right to levy. And we have to go to the taxpayers to ask for that additional amount. And it's a tax against, commercial property. And the district has a right to ask for it because we really should be levying 18 mills to support our operational expenses.
And I can say, like, because I was on the phone earlier today with Jim Crowley, he also handles our tax attorney issues with Miller Canfield. He is providing us with options to bring that forward, because he advised us as well that at some point here soon, we should be going to the voters to get that full amount back up there again. So I'll be bringing forward some of the options he talked with me about today at a later date.
Voters will have to vote on this.
Correct, because it's the non-homestead piece that you'll typically see districts go out and they go and move it back up when it falls back. Essentially, every so many years you get a rollback and you fall back below that 18, and then you got to get yourself back to it. So, but yes, it would have to be voter approved.
Any other questions? Or are you further?
What are we paying for our health care for a single person?
Well, we currently offer about 4 different plans. And let's see, that information is on our website,
Right.
but it's basically, in terms of healthcare, we have a employer portion and we have a employee portion. Okay, so employers, there's a buffer amount that we pay up to, and then the employee pays the rest. And to be very specific, it's listed on our website, and it's about maybe about $1,200 for the single, and then it goes up from there if you have a family.
Right, right. I was just looking at the total cost, of what a policy costs, but I'll look that up. That's fine.
Yeah, but I don't want to quote it, and it's on our website and
Yeah,
be
that's
off.
Did state law just change where the hard cap?
That's
It goes up every year. The hard cap amount that districts have to pay currently, they've been covering a little bit more. I think it went up about 3%, but there's a memo that comes out and we have to follow it. School districts can only pay, in terms of single plus one, and then family, we can only pay up to a certain amount, and it goes up every year currently.
Thank you.
So, yeah, I think I know you're asking what was proposed in the legislature. It actually made it through the houses of the legislature.
But it's
and-
held up by the House, correct?
Correct, and that's where it's never gone to the governor yet for,
But the state Senate is
signature.
suing the state House.
You are
to
correct.
move it to the governor's table.
It's all sorts of mess. Yes, absolutely.
So are we factoring in that change of law
No,
No, not at this
in this
point.
amended budget?
no.
When would it go into effect?
So it all depends on how that lawsuit plays out and all those things, because as of right now, I don't even see it coming out to the governor from some of the things that I've heard, that there's a lot of procedural issues all around with how that bill went through. Because that went through during the lame duck session where, you had walkouts by several legislators, and it's a mess, and I don't think we have the answers to that mess right now.
Will that impact us significantly if that does go into effect?
I don't think it would as much as some of the other districts I've talked to, but obviously it would have an impact on us, but not to the level of many other ones.
But the district pays, yeah.
Yeah, there was an editorial, I think it was in the News or Free Press, and their opinion was it's probably procedurally, he says, is that their attorneys think it's not going to happen because it was passed in the lame duck. You have a new session, and it's probably not going to pass. But just their opinion.
Any further questions? Are you finished, Mrs. Hill, or you have additional?
Oh, no, I have additional.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. Next slide, please. So another visual. Okay, so this is how it looks with the general fund. If you pan all the way to the right, with the first budget amendment, the first column is your audited financial. Last year, we brought in $81.7 million worth of revenue. Our total expenses were $66.1 million. We had an excess of $15.6 million. And then we had to support, when you see total other financing sources, that means that we had to support the other funds to the tune of $1.4 million. So we had a final excess of 14.1 million. The fund balance we started with was 25 million from the audit and fiscal year 23. So for fiscal year 24, the fund balance for the general fund only was $39.1 million. So for this first budget amendment, I set the revenue, Mike and I set revenue at 83.8. And then we have a balanced budget. And so the fund balances and TAC at 31.1 million for the general fund. Next slide, please.
So that puts us at a 46%, correct?
Okay.
That sounds pretty accurate, yes,
Right, at
what I've crunched
46%
on it.
fund balance.
Okay, in terms of grant funding, for fiscal year 24, grant funding, the revenue ended at 32.4 million. So the expenses for this fund, the revenue and expenses will always balance. So expenses were at 32 million. And then, for audit purposes, those two always balance. And this fund closes to the general fund, but it's separate, if that makes sense. Currently, for the first budget amendment, revenue is at 27.4 million, and so are the expenses at 27.4 million. And of course, for this particular fund, you will never have a fund balance. Okay, next slide, please. For food service, last year we bought in $4.7 million, no, 4.5 million in revenue. Expenses were at 4.7 million. So we had a little support from the general fund in the amount of $213,000 with a fund balance ending at $137,000 if you see that. First column is the audited column. On the far right is the first budget amendment. For the first budget amendment, we're asking for 3.8 million. And revenue expenditure and expenditures here always have to balance. And this is where we're holding at this point in time with what we know. So this is what it costs to support our food service program. Next slide, please. For center programs, which is our special ed program, ASD and POHI, the audited numbers from fiscal year 24, revenue was at 4.3 million. Expenditures, total expenditures were at 4.2 million with a reserve amount of $178,000. Closing out, this fund also will always balance to zero. If you pan to the far right, the first budget amendment, we're asking for $7.8 million. That's what we have currently gotten awarded, but that will be adjusting. We only so far have $7.4 million worth of expenses. So you're gonna see that $474,000, it represents indirect costs coming from this program into the general fund. So that's why you see it as a negative going out. And that's for our ASD and POHI program. Next slide, please. For debt funds, let's see, for fiscal year 24, this is your audited balance. And then if you pan to the first budget amendment, that $2.5 million represents expected interest for the bond funding that we have available currently. And then our total expenses, we have to pay out $2.9 million worth of bond funding. So we are gonna be short $480,000. So we will take that from the fund balance, which is 1.8 million. And so when you subtract that $480,000 from the $1.8 million fund balance, we will have a fund balance in this particular fund of 1.3 million in our debt fund. Next slide, please. So the last slide is our capital projects fund, or our bond fund. Audited for fiscal year 24, we had total revenue of 1.5 million, which represented interest against the money in the bank. We had total expenses of 5.3 million, which was had principal and interest payments that we owed on bond funds. So we had a final fund balance of 23.6 million, as you see there. Projected interest is now, for the first budget amendment, at $1.4 million. Total expenses are estimated to be 22.2 million. And why it's there, that allows us to spend whatever plans that we have against this particular bond funding. So when I set it out that way, it's available for district use. However, you all decide to use that money. In terms of, so the total expense being $22.2 million, and then an expected, if we spend everything, that would be $20.8 million spent. Fund balance as of July 1st, we came into the year with $23.6 million, and then we expect to have whatever the interest is being left. And that's if we spend everything. But, you know, that is to allow us to set money aside so that we're ready for whatever the district decides to spend the remaining amount of this $23.6 million on. Next slide, please. And that finalizes my presentation. Thank you for your time and attention. And does anybody else have any more questions? Yes.
The cafeteria fund, did you say that the general fund had to support it this time?
Yes.
That's the first time in years that we've supported it.
That was last year.
That surprises me.
Yeah, the numbers are what they are. If we go back to the.
Good. I'm just making an observation. It just struck me.
Yep. You know, we get in so much revenue, and to operate, you know, Jennifer, she does a wonderful job at estimating her expenditures, but we had a lot going on. So we needed, you know, about $200,000, you know, which is not a lot. And if I would have netted it against the fund balance that they already had, it would have been 200 minus 137, or that difference. She has a fund balance of 137, you know, but you could do it one or two ways. I can either take it out of the general fund or hit the fund balance. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, fund balance, and why are we taking it out of the general?
Because I can do either or.
Makes it look like service is not holding their own financially, when in fact they are.
It doesn't mean that. If we go back to the slide for food service, the numbers are all there. So the picture is what it is. This is the audited picture. And we took in $4.5 million worth of revenue. We spent $4.7 million. And I can either use the fund balance, or I can take it from the general fund. Right. Right. It's what we choose to do. Neither one is right or wrong. It's at my preview to do either or. Oh, okay.
I'm questioning the fact it just makes it look like the general fund's being hit by the food service program, when in fact she had money in her, which you call it, to cover.
And you know what? The financial picture is here. Yeah. 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 Exactly. So her fund balance rolls forward. If she, like I said, we can either take it from the general fund or we could take it from the fund balance. It's up to the district which way we like to go. Neither one is right or wrong, but the numbers are there.
And I just want to clarify, for this year, though, when we're putting forward the amended budget, we aren't looking at the need to cover anything out of general fund as of yet or anywhere else like that.
I can't say that it's just.
No, I know, because it all depends on that final when we close out in June. But at this point, we are budgeting that
It's
shouldn't-
very early. This is January.
Okay.
And, you don't know what the feds are going to do with the food program, so we might have to pick up the whole thing. So, it's very early right now.
Thank you. Were there any other questions from the board? No, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Next, we move on to, I have no idea.
I believe it's me.
Thank you. The TMP resolution, Mr. Wager, go ahead.
Yeah, so obviously, we've done a lot of discussion tonight at the committee of the whole, and we've had a lot of discussion going on with several things regarding the high school construction. And one of the things that we felt we needed to bring forward, because we are pretty much starting from scratch to some degree with whatever the will of this current Board of Education is. So with that, we are bringing forward a resolution to release TMP Architects from their contract with us, as they were involved in the original planning we did for the bond and for the high school. But we have been looking at other options, and since it's kind of that starting over the entire program, we feel it's time to do this release from this contract. So in your packets, you have a copy of the resolution that would go forward and release them from their service with the Taylor School District.
Thank you. Any questions?
It's not a question, it's more or less a comment. I'm really grateful for this to come before the board. But I won't be here after this meeting, but I really hope the board considers other groups that are part of the bond for the same. So I really hope they do.
All right. My recollection is I got an email looking for someone from our group or our board here to serve as to be a candidate for the board of directors for the ASB. So I was just kind of curious as to anyone who was interested in that, and I can put name in. Anybody on this board? Okay, we will have no representation there. Okay, number 11 is a student reinstatement. Go ahead, Mr. Ribble.
Thank you. Back in September 24th of 2024, we had a student at the high school get an altercation at the high school. Was put on a long-term suspension and an opportunity to be reinstated back on January 16th. They did petition to do a reinstatement. We had our hearing on January 23rd. The student and the parent did attend that hearing. It was observed by the panel that the student and the family are making the necessary steps to improve their behavior. The student was very remorseful. It does want to do restorative practice with the student that he had the altercation with. The student also went through the TTOS program through the Taylor Police Department and the youth program. And the student has also been referred to Care Solace to get them also extra support outside. As you heard at the beginning, we have our Care Solace program to get some more support in regards to anger management and the other issues of the trauma that the student has been going through. It was voted on by the panel for full reinstatement with the following supports in place. They will be working with Ms. Keisha Bowden, who is the resilience coach, and Mr. Jesu to do regular check-in and check-out along with the behavior plan. Continue with the counseling supports outside the school that they have been doing, and do the restorative circle with Ms. Bowden and the student who was involved also with Mr. Burnett.
Thank you. we'll move on to the, are there any questions?
Madam President, when you said number 10, there are candidates on that ballot. That's what we're supposed to be
Okay,
discussing.
okay,
Not,
maybe I'm thinking different.
not if our interest
Okay, thank you.
in it. It's the Region 8. And,
We're supposed to pick one, right?
yes, you're supposed to give your thoughts on who might be best a representative. And, actually, I'm looking at our guy from Allen Park because he most aligns with Taylor. He's downriver. He doesn't know like your son, but he's a downriver guy. And then I think.
And what was his name again?
His name is Jason Babbage.
Okay, thank you.
Miss Block, is this the role that the lady from Southgate used to hold?
Yes.
Okay.
She was an incumbent for a number of years, but this is not her seat. Her seat was appointed last year when she resigned.
Ah, okay.
You're thinking of Darlene
Yes.
Pomponian.
Yes.
Thank you. Any other questions, comments?
Well, you said the student had an altercation. Did we get any details of that? Was there a weapon involved? I mean,
No weapon involved. He got into a fight. The student got into a fight.
how bad was the other student hurt?
The student that
The victim, how bad was the victim hurt?
No. I do believe it was in the packet that I shared with you.
Okay,
It gave more detail.
okay, very good.
I do know Mrs. Schofeld was part of that hearing as well. Mrs. Schofeld, do you have anything else you want to add? I do believe that the student was definitely remorseful.
Yeah, it was unfortunate, when May 27th, 2025. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Support.
There's a motion by Ms. Black, support by Ms. Moore. Ms. Shuba is a yes. Mr. Wright?
Yes.
Ms. Black?
Yes.
Ms. Fields?
Yes.
Ms. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Madarsky?
Yes.
Mr. Morris?
Yes.
Mr. Madarsky's on there twice. Now,
Oh, screw me.
number 2 is another overnight conference request for MECA Spring Advisors Conference, policy number 6550. It is recommended the Board of Education approve the overnight conference request for Heather Roberts to attend. Is it Mecca? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Okay. Mecca Spring Advisors Conference in Shelbyville, Michigan, March 5th through the 7th, 2025. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Support.
Motion by Mr. Wright. Is there a second?
Support.
By Ms. Moore. Mr. Wright.
Yes.
Ms. Block.
Yes.
Ms. Fields.
Yes.
Ms. Moore.
Yes.
Mr. Madarsky.
Yes.
Mr. Morris.
Yes.
Ms. Shuba is a yes. That passes 7-0. Number 3 is overnight conference request for MAS FPS Spring Institute Conference, policy number 6550. It is recommended the Board of Education approve the overnight conference request for Stacy Vespremi to attend the MAS FPS Spring Institute Conference in Lansing, Michigan, April 24th and 25th, 2025. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Wright. Is there a second?
Support.
Ooh.
You can put Kathy's name down.
Ms. Black?
Yes.
Ms. Fields?
Yeah.
Ms. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Madarsky?
Yes.
Mr. Morris?
Yes.
Ms. Shuba is a yes. Mr. Wright?
Yes.
That passes 7-0. Number 4, overnight conference request for MAS FPS Summer Leadership Institute Conference, policy number 6550. It is recommended the Board of Education approve the overnight conference request for Stacy Vespremi to attend the MAS FPS Summer Leadership Institute Conference in Lansing, Michigan, July 22nd to the 24th, 2025. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Wright. Is there a second? Support. Support by Ms. Fields. Ms. Fields.
Yes.
Ms. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Madarsky?
Yes.
Mr. Morris?
Yes.
Ms. Shuba is a yes. Mr. Wright?
Yes.
Ms. Block?
Yes.
That passes 7. Number 6 is the Hope Squad purchase, policy 6320. It is recommended the Board of Education approve the purchase of contracted services from Hope Squad in the amount of $29,100. Is there a motion?
Motion. Give it to Ms. Black. I'll support.
And support by Mr. Wright. Mr. Madarsky?
Yes.
Mr. Morris?
Yes.
Ms. Shuba is a yes. Mr. Wright?
Yes.
Ms. Block?
Yes.
Ms. Fields?
Yes.
Ms. Moore?
Yes.
Passes 7-0. Number 7 is the Canon lease agreement. It is recommended the Board of Education approve the Canon lease agreement as discussed. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Wright. Is there support? Support. Support by Ms. Fields. Mr. Morris?
Yes.
Ms. Shuba is a yes. Mr. Wright?
Yes.
Ms. Block?
Yes.
Ms. Fields?
Yes.
Ms. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Madarsky?
Yes.
That passes 7-0. Number 8, the 2024-2025 amended budget, policy number 6850. Be it further resolved that no Board of Education member or employee of the school district shall expend any funds or obligate the expenditure of any funds except pursuant to appropriations made by the Board of Education and in keeping with the budgetary policy of the board. Changes in the amount appropriated by the board shall require approval of the board. Be it further resolved that the superintendent is hereby charged with general supervision of the execution of the budget adopted by the board. and shall hold the department heads responsible for performance of their responsibilities within the amount appropriated by the Board of Education in keeping with the budgetary policy of the board. The appropriation resolution is to take effect on February 5th, 2025. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Morris. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Ms. Moore. Ms. Shufelt, yes. Mr. Wright?
Yes.
Ms. Block?
Yes.
Ms. Fields?
Yes.
Ms. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Medarsky?
Yes.
Mr. Morris?
Yes.
That passes 7-0. The TMP resolution, it is recommended the Board of Education approves the resolution the termination of the architect contract with TMP Architecture INC as outlined in the resolution. Is there a motion?
Motion.
By Mr. Medarsky. Is there support?
Support.
By Mr. Wright.
Yes.
Ms. Block?
Yes.
Ms. Fields?
Yes.
Ms. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Medarsky?
Yes.
Ms. Morris? Mr. Morris, sorry.
Yes.
Ms. Sheffield is a yes. 7-0. Oh, my tongue is tied. Number 10, NASB Board of Directors, Region 8 candidate. The Board of Education does hereby approve candidate.
What was the name of
Jason
them?
Babbage.
Mr. Jason Babbage. For the MASB Board of Directors, Region 8 candidate. Is there a motion?
I'll motion.
Motion by Mr. Morris. Is there support?
Support.
Mr. Wright. Ms. Black?
Yes.
Ms. Fields?
Yes.
Ms. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Medarsky?
Yes.
Mr. Morris?
Yes.
Ms. Shufelt is a yes. Mr. Wright?
Yes.
That passes 7. The student reinstatement policy 5610-03. The review committee is recommending the Board of Education approve the conditional reinstatement of student number 1-020525. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Morris. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Ms. Fields. Ms. Fields.
Yes.
Mr. Moore.
Miss, yes.
Oh, Ms. Moore, sorry.
It's okay. You
Mr.
would
Medarsky.
Yes.
Mr. Morris.
Yes.
Ms. Shufelt is a yes. Mr. Wright.
No.
Ms. Black.
Yes.
That passes 6-1.
Thank you. Thank you. Well done. I now move back to the superintendent's report.
All right. I've been sitting up here and my smartwatch has really been blowing up. So that's going to cause me to rearrange my superintendent's report as I originally planned. So I'm going to start out. I want to thank Mr. Kyle Wright for his service to the Taylor School District and its students. I know I've mentioned this before, but I've known Kyle going way back to middle school and first got to know him the best when he was in student leadership at Kennedy High School. And you could tell even back then that he was going to be a strong advocate for others, strong advocate to go out there and lead and do those things. And it's been a pleasure seeing that in action, knowing Kyle from going back to those student days. And I know that you have many other things in your future that you're going to advocate for. And I don't think this journey stops here. So I want to thank you for your time and your service.
Thank you.
Yep. This is originally what I was going to close with, but I'm going to go second with it tonight. I wanted to address some of the uncertainty that we're seeing that is coming up around schools, certainly from different actions being taken at the federal government level. And I know that everywhere you turn, there's all sorts of news stories coming out, all sorts of things that are regarding public education. We've seen stories that include issues regarding federal funding freezes, school voucher programs, changes to enforcement of immigration policy as it concerns school, and the possible dissolution of the U.S. Department of Education. There's so much out there right now. It can be extremely overwhelming to take in and understand how these things are going to affect us as a school community. And that's why I wanted to kind of address a little bit as much as I can tonight. I wanted to say that, you know, when you take public school law classes, when you're becoming a school administrator, one of the terms you must become very familiar with is a term called in loco parentis. And essentially it's a Latin phrase in law that refers to the fact that when we are operating as a school district, we operate in absence of the parent, because the parent is not there on that daily regular with us in those classrooms. So as a school district, it is our obligation to act as parent in those regards. So I began to think about myself as a parent. I have 2 young boys, and I started to think about, if I'm handing them over to a school and I'm asking them to do the same things I would, what would I want to see? And I really came to the fact that I want them to be safe, number one, in school. I want them to have access to an equitable educational experience that all students are receiving. And I want them to feel like they belong in their school community. And if that's what I want as a parent, then that is what I need to bring forward. And that's my expectation as superintendent, because I've essentially in public school law been given the I'm acting in absence of the parent. So I want to make sure that I'm pledging to our students, to our community, that I take that concept of in loco parentis to heart. And like I said, it really does come from that parenting piece. And I'm going to make decisions that are going to ensure that our students are safe while they are here at school. I'm going to make decisions that provide equitable access to education for all of our students. And I'm pledging that those decisions are going to allow us to provide an educational environment where all our students feel like they belong. After all, our mission statement that we say at every one of these meetings and that we have out there for everybody states that we are going to educate, engage, and empower our students. And I am going to always make sure that we are living up to that mission statement and that we are doing that on behalf of our students. They deserve no less from us. And I just wanted to clarify that that's how we will proceed in these very uncertain times that school districts are facing right now. With that said, I said I was going to jumble this because that was originally how I was going to close out. I thought that was a good way to end it, but this is a better way to end it. As I've been sitting here, my smartwatch has been going off quite a bit. I was originally going to be like, hey, we got bad weather on the way and we're going to be out checking the roads at 3:30 in the morning to 4 o'clock. But I was monitoring to see like, okay, what are our neighbors doing? Well, while I've been sitting up here, every one of our neighbors has closed school for tomorrow. So if you're online and if you're in person, you're the first to know we are going to be closing school tomorrow. So with that said, I do have to preface students at Holland, Myers, and McDowell, because they have reached their number of Act of God days at this point. They will have to be virtual. Look for instructions to come from your buildings. It's not like it's an 8-hour virtual experience, but there is going to be some sessions. There are going to be some obligations that are going to be that'll have to be met at those 3 buildings to that spot.
You're going to do that tomorrow?
Yeah, we would have to do it tomorrow. Yes. So we've already been communicating it out. Like we've been putting out there that need. Holland has done it once already. They've kind of been through it, but that is kind of where we're at because of the status of their
So
Act
he's
of God
okay
days.
with that? Mr. Devlin, okay
Yes,
with that?
yes, we've had those conversations.
Perfect.
So,
Just checking.
yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
No, I have to.
Yep. So, hey, if you're here, you heard it first. Michelle, you don't have to go check those roads at 3:30 like we were talking earlier today. So, and Jack, if he's still on, you don't need to be out there either. So make life easier.
Thank you. Anything else?
No, I figure
Report
I'd
back?
close on that one.
All right, now we have the consent agenda and we'll turn it over to Mrs. Schufeld.
Agenda policy 0166.1 and policy number 6470. Minutes from the regular board meeting of January 22nd, 2025. And consolidated items, payment of current bills, certified, non-certified, and administrative reports. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Wright. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Mr. Morris. Ms. Moore.
Yes.
Mr. Medarsky.
Yes.
Mr. Morris.
Yep.
Yes. Mr. Wright.
Yes.
Ms. Black.
Yes.
Ms. Fields?
Yeah.
That passes 7-0.
Okay, items scheduled for the next agenda. We have good news and student representatives from Moody Elementary we're expecting. Do we have any comments regarding anything pertaining to this from the audience? Okay, just let me read the bottom portion of it.
I'm
As mentioned
familiar.
earlier in the
I wrote it.
Okay, well, I still have to read it. We will now open the floor for general public comment. The same guidelines previously outlined will remain in effect, and any questions at this meeting, Superintendent Wager or his designee will work on getting those answers in a timely manner. We'll begin. Welcome.
Rhonda Danai, 12720 Robert Street. In April of 2021, I was there when a young 21-year-old man became our newest member of the school board. So I had to be here on the last day too.
That's true, yeah.
I will express my feelings, but I know that many people share these. I wanted to take a moment to express my heartfelt gratitude for your exceptional leadership and unselfish service. Your unwavering commitment to our students, staff, families, and community has made a remarkable difference. So remarkable, in fact, that we sometimes wonder if you actually have a secret cape. Your guidance has not only inspired us to strive for excellence, but has also nurtured an environment where everyone feels valued and supported. The care you put into every decision and the compassion you show in every interaction reflect the deep commitment to making our community a better place. Thank you for leading by example, for your tireless efforts to uplift those around you. Your contributions have left a lasting impact, and we are all better for having had the privilege of working alongside you. And one final note that someone, when he made his post on Facebook, everyone deserves to have a Kyle.
Thank you.
Very nice, thank you.
Again, Caroline Pat, 6860 Jackson. Thank you, Rhonda, for doing that, because I'm just going to say ditto to everything she said, except I do want to say thank you, Carl. I think every single board member here needs to do what you do. You show up in the schools, you participate, and you show that our kids need to be here and they're respected. Thank you.
Anyone else? No? Yes. Board member comments?
Oh, yeah, check, see if anyone's online.
Oh, yeah.
What? Oh, online, I'm sorry, I forget about the online people, and I'm the one.
I think
How do we find them?
Oh, they raised their hand in the Zoom call.
Oh, okay, I don't even have mine turned on, so I got a good lesson for next time, is that, yeah, out of sight, out of
Or
mind.
just check out Shauna.
Yeah, yep, I'll turn it on next time my battery is just kind of low. Board member comments.
I just have a little thing. I'm gonna read what I put on Facebook, so if no one saw it, but yeah, it's just a little like goodbye message to the school district. After almost 4 years of service here, it has been one of the most honorable experiences of my life to be able to come back to the school district and serve the place that I was raised. And I say I was raised because, as Mike said, you know, the schools are like parents. They're like a family. And for 12 years of my life, 13 years, because I went to preschool here. And then to give 4 more years to the school district, Taylor really truly is a part of who I am, and it's a family to me. So I just have a little goodbye message, not a little, it's a long, so be prepared. Just announcing that this Wednesday, February 5th, following this meeting, will mark my final day serving on the Taylor School Board. It's been one of the greatest honors of my life to represent and serve the Taylor community over the last 4 years. However, my partner and I are preparing for our next chapter in life, and that includes moving outside of the district's jurisdiction, which by law means I can no longer be eligible to serve on the board. Serving on the board has shaped who I am. At the age of 21, I was appointed to the seat. At the age of 22, I was reelected. I've hit milestones in my life while serving in the seat, graduating college, and many other things. But I'm deepened it. Serving on the board has shaped who I am, deepened my love for the Taylor community, and strengthened my belief in the power of public education. I've had the privilege of serving as board president, secretary, and trustee, each role allowing me to be a part of so many incredible moments in our district's journey. I'm going to go through a list of some of my fondest. The first being attending Blair Moody Elementary Student Leader Day, where the students were able to sing to us, march around the cafeteria, a really great show hosted by Ms. Hernandez and the Moody students and staff. Supporting Randall Elementary's Made in Michigan project with Ms. Cahalan for 2 years, and even presenting a Michigan-made product to Ms. Cahalan's class on behalf of Governor Gretchen Whitmer. Participating in Myers Elementary's Trunk or Treat, attending Taylor High School's drama club performance of A Christmas Carol in Greece, cheering at the Biddy Ball Championship games, reading to students during March at McDowell, Holland, Myers, Blair Moody, Kenyon, Randall, and Taylor Parks. Yes, I made it to all of them. My work does not know, so we don't need to say that out loud. Hand painting McDowell Elementary with former board president Rhonda Danai. We literally spent 2 months hand painting the entire exterior of the building. Oh, yes. This is what she's talking about next, eliminating outdated signage across the school district. Might have seen some orange spray paint. I think we got caught on security cameras as well. Helping prioritize the demolition of vacant buildings to improve public safety, Eureka Dale Elementary. Assisting the Taylor Alumni Association in many treasure hunts throughout abandoned buildings to collect memorabilia for their museum. Working, again, with former board president Rhonda Danai on efforts to revamp landscaping at multiple elementaries, including Randall, Taylor Parks, Hoover, Taylor High, and the latest this past fall, Myers Elementary. Attending Law Day for 2 years with 3rd grade students, attending 4 graduations for the classes of 21, 22, 23, and 24, sponsoring and attending the Taylor High School's National Honor Society ceremony for 2 years. The best part, getting slimed, turned into a human sundae, and even being a human hot dog where they poured ketchup and mustard on me for the Randall Elementary's PTO. Playing human-sized Mario Kart with Mr. Wager down there, where, who are you, Luigi?
Oh, no, I was Wario.
Oh, Wario, yes. And running around the grounds of Randall Elementary, that was a sight. Promoting transparency with the first ever school board member Facebook page and advocating for school board meeting recordings to be posted online, attending the Taylor School District's 26M holiday party, supporting the Taylor Schools Foundation for Educational Excellence through going to meetings and their fundraisers, meeting and talking with the TNT 280 robotics team, and even seeing them off right before they went to their competitions. Supporting our bus drivers at the bus rodeo for 2 years, facilitating hiring the new superintendent, Mr. Wager, and also filling vacancies for 3 board members. It was quite a journey over those 4 years, let me tell you. Volunteering for the Taylor School District Special Olympics for 2 years, attending Celebrate Taylor for 2 years, participating in Taylor High School's Farewell Parade for 4 years, attending Taylor High School's honor ceremonies for the 9th through 12th grade classes for 4 years, supporting the TFT at their annual barbecue, attending every elementary's open house and even open houses at TVLA, Taylor Career Center, High School, West, and Hoover Middle School. And just visiting schools regularly to say hi, listen to their concerns, and just be a support to them inside their buildings. This journey has been rewarding beyond words, but what I'll miss most is the laughter, smile, and connections I built with students, staff, and families. I hope that my time on the board has helped lay a foundation for what it means to be a board member who prioritizes relationships, accessibility, and community engagement. Though I am stepping away from my official role, Taylor will always be home. I will continue to visit, support, and stay connected to this incredible district. I just want to say thank you for entrusting me in this role and allowing me to do what I love, serve. My heart is forever with Taylor Schools, and I look forward to cheering on this district for the many years to come. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nope.
No.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, it's been a wonderful you know, I haven't served on the board with you. It's been wonderful knowing you all these years and really appreciate your intelligence and your get up and go to get things done. So thanks, Kyle. You are going to be missed. Anything?
I just want to express my thanks to you because I was appointed at one point to the seat here on the board, and I did look to you for a lot of guidance. I think that you hold some sort of like computer in your head because you're help out that I love here when you're graduate all the things, I just don't know how you store all that information. But I do thank you for your push, and I do wish you and your partner the very best in the next chapters. I also want to say, being a part of the whole LCA thing on Monday, was awesome. Watching my son play out there, watching him speak today, the emotions that people get, even the young lady at the welding thing, people think Taylor is terrible. Nobody has nice things to say about Taylor, and it's heartbreaking, but witnessing great things that are happening in our district, it's only getting better. And I'm super grateful for that as a mom. And I'm super thankful that I get to be a part of it as a board member as well. So thank you to our teachers, to our admins, to our board members who support our students to be able to do these kind of things. And I just can't wait to see what else we can do for our students. And that was great having so many kids come today.
Yes.
I cried like 4 times.
Okay, anyone else? I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Motion. Do I have support?
No, if
Who?
you don't support me, stuck on the board.
Fields did? Okay, you gotta speak louder, Kathy, yell at me, as you usually do. Mr. Mardarski,
Yes.
Morris,
Yes.
Schufelt, Wright?
Yes.
Block,
Yes.
Fields?
Yeah.
And Moore, yes, is a yes. We adjourn at 7:26 or 8:26. Not on time, too.